According to Nigel Hollis from The Atlantic magazine, successful advertising rarely succeeds through argument or calls to action. Instead, it creates positive memories and feelings that influence our behaviour over time to encourage us to buy something later on. Milky Pleasure Full Cream Milk aims to exert a feeling of goodness and pleasure on audiences, leaving a lasting impression of the positive attributes linked with a particular brand of milk. The brand name, Milky Pleasure, encapsulates the overall theme of the ad, implying that the milk provides consumers with a sense of goodness through the health benefits it provides, and pleasure through the tastiness of the milk. In doing this, the product is separated from the common, everyday, necessary household drink, and instead depicted as an exciting, satisfying source of healthy pleasure. The advertisement is therefore heavily based around the advertising technique known as glittering generalities. This technique uses appealing words and images to entice audiences to purchase a product. By exaggerating and brightening up a certain product through the words used, the ad indirectly implies to the audience that buying such a wonderful product would be life-changing and will set it above from all others. The ad also effectively utilises the bandwagon technique, luring viewers to join the crowd or winning side by purchasing the product. This sense of yearning for a product is subtly created by suggesting that the product is popular amongst a broad range of people. This is done so in the ad for Milky Pleasure, as it shows several different sorts of people in different age ranges enjoying the drink. This technique also allows the product to reach a wider target audience, thus improving its effectiveness in selling the product, which is the aim for Milky Pleasure milk.
In our advertisement for Milky Pleasure, we have strongly relied on the viewer's connotative interpretation of the imagery. Our ad brings together all of the aforementioned brand concepts in a fun and audacious manner. The ad consists of 3 separate scenes in which each scene becomes more and more shocking than the last. The first of the 3 scenes is set at an American fraternity party. The camera will pan on the frat house showing a wild party with loud music and voices as the audio. The next shot is of a hallway inside the house showing 2 flustered youths, male and female, sneaking out of a bathroom with a white substance all around their mouths. At this point, the camera cuts to a shot of the stairwell where everyone looks up at the couple and cheers wildly as to suggest some sort of wanton act has taken place. The second scene is set at an upper-class garden party at a colonial mansion. The first shot is of the people at the party, many of whom are middle-aged and seem very classy and wealthy. The audio is of a quartet playing with people talking civilly. The camera will cut to the garden shed, where 2 middle-aged people, male and female, stumble out of the door, also looking quite flustered. Both have the same white substance around their mouth. At this point, the viewer of the ad should be becoming increasingly shocked at what they are seeing unfold. The third and final scene is of a child's birthday party in the backyard of an average middle-class home. The first shot is of once again the partygoers, this time a mix of parents, children and family members. The shot is of 2 mid-20s males awkwardly squeezing out of a cubby house. Each of these men have the same white substance around their mouths. At this point, the viewers should be feeling very shocked and almost offended by what they see, what seems to be an overtly sexual imagery. As the 2 males emerge, everyone at the party turns and cheers them on, which is meant to seem highly inappropriate for the event which they are at. The advertisement then cuts to the inside of the bathroom, garden shed and cubby house in quick succession, showing 2 empty glasses of milk. It is only at this point that the audience will realize what the advertisement is actually for, and that the people in the ad were not taking part in sexual acts at all. The final frame shows the slogan and brand name over a white background. The slogan reads, "Who would you share it with?" underneath the brand name, Milky Pleasure.
Milky Pleasure incorporates a range of signs and gestures to appeal directly to the consumer's emotional state and desire. The targeted consumers are from different demographics, and therefore the advertisement provides multiple layers of meaning to appeal to the varying maturity levels of the market. A consistent sign that is used in the advertisement is the milk moustache upon the lips of the people emerging from hiding in various scenarios. This sign is interpreted differently across all demographics as it produces different emotional responses according to the maturity and extra-textual knowledge of the viewer. For example, the ad will trigger a sexually orientated response amongst the teenage and adult demographic. This meaning is signified as a result of the signifier of holding hands, sneaking gestures, and the reaction of cheering. These signs create the suspicion to an audience member with extra-textual knowledge that a sexual relationship is relevant between any couple. The adult's and teenager's ability to process the sign of the milk moustache is more complex compared to a child, as they hold extra-textual knowledge regarding these sexual acts. Teenagers and adults associate the moustache with the sexual act, and therefore humour and fun is linked with our milk product. The meaning that teenagers and adults derive from the sign of the moustache promotes bonding and popularity in a humorous way, thus associating these feelings with our milk product. The teenage or adult consumer buys fun and humour when they purchase Milky Pleasure milk. Children will receive a different brand message and meaning from the milk moustaches in the advertisement, as they have different needs, emotional states, and responses in accordance with their immaturity. The young demographic will associate Milky Pleasure with happiness, sharing, friendship, popularity, and health. These conclusions can be derived from the sign of a happy crowd of people smiling and clapping at two friends sharing a healthy dairy drink. Children will interpret the sign of the milk moustache differently in this way, as they haven't yet been socialized with sexual extra-textual knowledge.
Our advertisement is G-rated as it does not contain explicit, direct sexual references that a younger audience would identify. However, the advertisement does engage an older audience on a different level, due to the audience's extra-textual knowledge, and this is when the sexual connotations come into play. The advertisement imagery is completely innocent to children. This decision was a must, as we wanted our brand to be aimed at a very wide target market. Due to the older audience's intertextual knowledge of screen and written entertainment, they are able to link the actions of people sneaking out of bathrooms, garden sheds, and coming houses to the overtly sexual connotations which these actions suggest. We chose to focus our advertisement around this commonly recognised sign, the sneaky sexual encounter. It was included to create an element of mystery, thus leading the consumers/viewers to want to find out what the white substance around the couple's mouths actually is. We are aware that we may face the risk of offending some viewers, but as a group we believe success is more likely to stem from the shock tactic, as opposed to something ineffective that would not have the same initial impact and would not be remembered 20 seconds after it was played. The aim is to create an advertisement that makes the audience remember, analyse, and be amused by that, and therefore identify the product and seek it out or prefer it to others in the range. Within the Persuaders film, they describe how difficult advertising is in such a competitive market, and that the alternative approach to a product can overcome these problems. In today's society, the phrase "sex sells" could not be more relevant. It engages in an audience and then, with a humorous twist, appeals to the audience on an innocent level. The name of our brand also has underlying sexual implications. It uses a combination of the actual product, Milky, with the brand's mission of pleasure. The link from the milk's ingredient to the sexual references relies on the adult's audience's intertextual knowledge of sexual encounters and the way they are described. This is an effective attention grabber, as it leads into the humorous element where the product and advertisement are completely innocent, but it is the dirty mind of the viewer that makes these links. This would appeal to many viewers who would appreciate the cheeky approach and therefore be attracted to the product itself.
As Stephen Harrington noted in his Week 6 lecture, Charles Leadbeater believes that, in the new intangible economy, judging the value of something is much more difficult because value is so much a product of fashion and perception. Gestures and symbols are the currency of global communications. When it comes to the challenges that advertisers face, Leadbeater's theory provides a basis for why we chose to use the solution of creating an ad as a site of entertainment and creativity. explained by Harrington in his Week 7 lecture. This means creating an ad that people actively seek out, an ad that provides an active response to the product through gestures and symbols, therefore something that would appeal to a range of demographics. As previously mentioned, our ad for Milky Pleasure creates a different and unique message for each different demographic. The question is, how? Gender, social class and age are the three main categories considered when determining the target market. In terms of gender, both male and female will be targeted due to the use of male and female icons in each scene of the ad. We will know they are male or female because of the indexes or symptoms of gender. The desired target market, in regards to social class, stretches over a wide range of people and also a wide range of ages. It includes the everyday traditional families that many people could associate with the scene of the family event, where many children and their parents are present. It also includes those who consider themselves as higher class, and therefore an older audience with the scene of the classy lawn party, posh-looking and well-dressed people. Finally, the scene of the frat house targets a younger audience who can associate themselves with these type of parties. As Harrington mentioned in his Week 4 lecture, according to McLaughlin and Reed, our reading of a text can be framed for us by the circumtextual features of its material presentation and location in space. This is essentially how each scene reaches the target audiences. The use of conventional signs, for example the act of two people coming out of a hidden location together, can be interpreted differently by each demographic, but it is through convention and extra textual framing that we can reach our audience. The advertisement we created for our brand, Milky Pleasure, brings together various elements of advertising